Welcome back to One-on-One Sports Webcast. I'm now joined by Andrew Zung and Matt Mallion to talk a little basketball. Guys, after a hectic off-season, hectic summer, the NBA season is finally just a week away.
Yep.
Some big names shuffled around. One of those big names, Carmelo Anthony. He's expressed interest that he wants to leave New York, become a free agent after the season. If he does so, where do you think he'll end up?
I think he's going to stay with the New York Knicks. They're going to have over $30 million in cap in 2 seasons. They'll be able to retool. And he's also going to be able to get $33 million more by staying. Plus, the creative artist agency, his sports agency, they want him to stay in a big market team where he's the star player, and no other team can offer him to be the star player in a big market.
Exactly. He wants the bright lights. Everybody knows that. He's in New York. I don't see why he's complaining. I think he will probably opt out just because he wants the same kind of exposure that LeBron got a couple years ago. But if you look at the big markets, you look at Chicago, they have Derrick Rose. Miami, they got LeBron and Wade. LA, they got Kobe. He can be the guy in New York. He is the guy in New York. I don't see why he would want to leave.
Yeah, and they can build a team around him too eventually when they get the cap space. So there's no other place for Carmelo.
Yeah,
Makes
also,
more sense.
I mean, he was the leading scorer in the NBA last year. If he goes to a place like LA, Kobe was the third top scorer last year, whereas he always complains if he doesn't get the ball too, and he knows if he's in New York, he can get the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I think Carmelo will stay in New York, and it's a good place for him, a big city, and he's a star, so I think he'll enjoy it and stick around there.
Yeah.
Another big name, Derrick Rose, has had some talk around him this offseason. Coach K of U.S. men's basketball has expressed that he wants Derrick Rose to play in the 2016 Olympics. Do you guys think he'll be ready for that?
I definitely think he'll be ready. I mean, the only question is whether he's going to be able to stay healthy. Obviously, he's coming off that ACL tear, but he's looked good so far. Granted, it's preseason. They haven't lost a game though. They're 5-0, and he's scored 78 points in 80 minutes of play in preseason. So things are looking good so far for him in the preseason.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he said his vertical leap improved 5 inches coming back from his injury.
Yeah.
So his athleticism is still there. His player efficiency ranking right now is 39.64. And if that was in the regular season, that'd be 8 points higher than the greatest ever. And that's when Wilt Chamberlain had his crazy season averaging like 40 points, like 20 rebounds. So Derrick Rose is definitely back. I see him being the best point guard come 2016. And it's really up to his health, though, as long as he doesn't re-injure himself.
Yeah, he thinks he's more explosive now, and that's what he's been saying. And if he thinks he's more explosive and a better player than he was of his MVP season of 2011, that's scary for the other teams in the league.
And I think it's so far away that he'll have learned by then how to keep his body healthy. And
Definitely.
so I think he'll be good to go.
Yeah.
This is a surprising one. After being ranked 6th best player last year in the NBA, Kobe Bryant has dropped to 25th in the league in the 2013 preseason rankings. If you guys were in charge of making the 2013 rankings, where would you have Kobe?
It's hard to say. He's coming off of the Achilles tendon injury. He's already logged 54,000 minutes professionally. So coming back could be really difficult. And there's a lot of good guards. You see people like Rose, Harden, Tony Parker, who had a great season last year. I'd probably put him around the top 10, 15, because I'm afraid he just won't be the same player coming off his injury because of his age.
Okay, top 10's not that bad, but this 25 talk in the league is just ridiculous. I mean, he's definitely a top 5 player. Think about it. I mean, before LeBron became the player that he is today, people were looking at Kobe and saying, oh, is he as good as Jordan or the best to ever play the game? And now, just because he's getting a little bit older, is coming off this injury, everyone's kind of questioning his legacy, and that's not right. I mean, last year, he was the top third scorer in the league. Like I said, 27.3 points a game. He's still getting it done, and at the end of games, he's one of the guys you want. I mean, if you think of the guys who you want to have the ball, it's LeBron, it's Kevin Durant, and it's Kobe at the end of games to close it out for you. So he's still a great player. I
agree. And last season, he averaged 38.6 minutes per game, so he was still a factor, playing more minutes per game than some stars who are 25 years old
and
only.
He's 35 too, so that just goes to show you.
Yeah, I think he definitely deserves to be higher, especially he's so talented, one of the most naturally gifted players the league's ever seen. Definitely not the 25th best player. You mentioned LeBron, Matt. There's been a lot of talk the last couple of years about LeBron, Michael Jordan, who's better. If the two were in their prime, Michael Jordan and LeBron James, both in their prime, who do you think would win?
No, I mean, I don't like this question just because I don't like to compare from different generations, but if I had to choose, I'm going to go with Jordan just because he's the best scorer of all time. And I look at LeBron, and he's still a great scorer, obviously, one of the best scorers in the league. But with the team that he's on in Miami, he's become just as much of a facilitator as he is a scorer because he's got to share those points and possessions with Bosch and Wade. But if you look at a one-on-one matchup, I just think Jordan's style of play, his flashiness, it's made for one-on-one games. And I just think he'll get it done over LeBron.
I agree. I think Michael Jordan's probably the best isolation player ever to play. And the one thing LeBron has for him is that he's 6'8", 250 pounds. He could post Michael Jordan down low
Yeah, that's true.
and really work his way in the post. But besides for that, Michael Jordan, I think last year said something about how he knows the way LeBron James plays, how he drives left too much, and like his different style. I think Jordan will be able to pick him apart before and really know his style of play and just defensively stop him. And it would really not be a contest towards the end if LeBron can't go down low.
It would be a great matchup, though. I mean, two of the best players to ever play the game.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think right now you have to go at Michael Jordan, but I think there is potential for LeBron when things are all finished up that he could be up there. Maybe you could make a case for him.
Definitely.
That's all the time we have today, but thanks for listening in to 101 Sports Webcast. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 101 Sports. But until then, whose side are you on?